good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your day. Hope you guys have had your coffee, tea, whatever it is that you guys need to get your day starting off great. So, the first song we are doing today is by Ronnie Radke from Falling in Reverse. This is off of his mixtape. Somebody had pointed me in the direction of his mixtape because I wanted to check out more of his rapping stuff. I don't know anything about this song at all. I just picked one of the many because I want to hear all of them. This is featuring Danny. I'm going to screw up this last name. I don't know if it's Warsnop, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to disrespect his name in any way. So I apologize. The song is called Brother. Let's just get into it. Let's get it. Some more of that beautiful piano playing.
Brother, why'd you have to go? You left us all so soon. Remember that song I wrote about your family years ago? Well, they're waiting for you to come home. What do I do? What do I say? And Dad tells me to pray. So I've prayed and prayed, but the hurt won't go away. The pain gets worse, it never stops. And I've asked the Lord for us to swap. I beg and plead, 'cause you have kids to feed. Why? Tonight, I'm sorry I missed your call. I wasn't there for you at all. And no, I thought it through. Maybe if I answered you, that you would still be here all along. Now no more calls, can't you see? I took for granted family, and once they're gone, you'll never get that back. No more laughs, no more hugs, so hold on to the ones you love. Your soul is free, I love you, Anthony. And why? Stormy weather. And brother, tell me, when does it get better? Why did you leave? Why did you die? You finally made your brother cry. I know you're watching over from above. So hold on to the ones you love.
On the morning of August 10th, 2013, Ronnie Radke suffered the tragic loss of his older brother, Anthony James Radke, who died in an accident. Anthony was an avid motorcycle rider and a proud member of the Nemesis Motorcycle Club. Anthony left behind his devoted wife, Amanda, and their 5 children. People I took for granted are gone. My brother died today. I knew one day he would because of how crazy of a driver he was. The only family I have is my father and him, and now he is gone. He left 5 children and a wife behind. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Please don't worry, I am doing fine. You're much too busy to even find the time. So use your giving girls and take this to your grave. The boys you loved are men you didn't raise. Anthony James Radke was my brother's name. He was 4 years older than me and always protected me. I followed him everywhere and copied everything he did. I am so heartbroken. It doesn't even seem real. And Daddy, how are you today? You must be proud of the boys that you have raised. Holy shit. Okay, so, wow. 2 things. Number one, I had 3 fingers. 2 things. Number one, that reminds me of my boys. My boys are 4 years apart, and he was raised by a single parent, by his dad, because his mom walked out, and I was a single mom of 2 boys. So, kids tend to depend a lot more on each other. Also, it's just me and my sister raised by a single parent, my mother, and my mother was never there. Never. I mean, she might have been the parent who was raising us, but in reality, she worked 2 jobs and then lived her best life when she got out of work. So it was basically, my sister and I were street urchins. We basically just ran the streets, and I made sure my sister got fed and got to bed and did her homework and shit like that. And I'm only 19 months older than my sister. But bringing up my sister is this. My sister and I had a falling out probably 9 years ago or so, and she stopped speaking to me. It wasn't my choice. It was her choice. I would never, ever, she's my baby sister. I'd do anything in the world for her. But she stopped speaking to me, and she cut off all forms of communication with me. She just would not talk to me. And I want to say it was probably May. So we were probably like a good solid 3 or 4 months into the pandemic. And her and I both have some serious health risks going on. But for me, like, she's high priority health risk because she has an immune deficiency disorder and she's a type 1 diabetic. And obviously, you guys know I have cancer, and I'm also a type 1 diabetic and have an immune deficiency disorder. So both of us are not the healthiest people in the world. And so we're both high risk people. And it must have been, I guess it was June. It was June. And I got a call from my dad Now, you guys know I'm estranged from my family, but my parents kind of put feelers out every once in a while just to make sure I'm still alive, like once a year. But it's always my mom. If my dad calls me, I immediately pick up. Like, my dad doesn't call me unless it's something important, you know? That's just the way he is. He's not a phone call type person. And I respect the hell out of my dad. And I picked up the phone and talked to my dad, and during the conversation, he said, you should really check in on your sister. And I'm like, what? Like, she's not even talking to me. And he said, she's not okay. You need to talk to her. I said, all right. So I called, and of course, I just got her voicemail, but I was basically like, hey, Dad said you're not, maybe you're having some anxiety or whatever because of the quarantine and stuff, and that, you're feeling a little stressed out or whatever, but I just wanted to call and check on you and stuff like that. She called me back and basically said, look, if I want to reestablish a relationship with you, if something were to happen to one or the other of us, and it ends with us not speaking for the last 10 years or 9 years, I couldn't live with that. And I miss you and stuff. Basically, it's exactly what this song is saying. Like, put the petty shit behind, because the relationships that you have in your life are 10 times more important than any grudge. Like I said, my sister can hold a grudge. She held it for 10 years. I'm not like that. Like, because my sister and I come from abuse, because we come from where we come from, trust is a huge thing with us, and who we allow into our hearts and stuff like that is really big with us. And so we are both can very easily write people off and just turn on to the next chapter and not give them a second thought. But I would never do that to my baby sister. Like, I've given her a million second chances, third chances, 14th chances, because she's my baby sister. And I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought that she would ever do that to me. But she did. And she held on to that for a long time. I think to the point where she didn't realize anymore why she was doing it. And it wasn't until the pandemic hit and there was an actual threat of, you could die tomorrow, I could die tomorrow, and this is not how I want to leave things. I also found out through talking to her that the year before she had attempted her life and had ended up in the hospital because of a suicide attempt. No one told me about it. She didn't tell me about it. My parents didn't tell me about it. Nobody told me that my sister was in crisis. So I could have never forgiven myself, even though I had nothing, I didn't cut off the communication, but I could have never forgiven myself or them had my sister succeeded and I knew nothing about it. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, I'm getting upset. I'm just saying, don't hold grudges. It's not, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting the person that you're holding. Well, you are hurting the person you're holding the grudge against, but you never know if they're going to be there. If the last time you see them is the last time that you see them. You don't know if the last time that you talk to them is the last time that you talk to them. So, yeah, what he said. You guys have a fantastic day. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, guys, yeah, take care of each other because no one else is going to. Ciao.